Hi everyone and welcome back to our tutorial. So in this tutorial, we are going to create a step-by-step process on how to design a club organization newsletter template in Microsoft Word. So in today's digital age, effective communication is key to success. A newsletter is a great way to share updates, news, and events with your members, volunteers, or community. And also, of course, by creating a professional looking newsletter template, you will be able to keep your audience informed and engaged. You will be able to build a strong brand identity for your club or organization. You will be able to save time and effort in creating future newsletters. And of course, it will increase membership engagement and retention. All right, so let's start by planning the layout of our newsletter. So you have to think about the sections you want to include, such as articles, events, and announcements. You may want to consider the images or graphics that you will use and the font styles and sizes for your headings and body text. So, a well designed newsletter will help you capture your audience attention and it will be able to convey your message more effectively. I will be showing you an example of what I have created earlier, the one that we will be using as a reference on how to create a newsletter. So, as you can see, this newsletter has the title and then the welcome message and different sections of a newsletter that readers will look forward to. So the next thing that we are going to do is to set up our document. So all you need to do is to open Microsoft Word and create a new document. So let's go ahead and do Windows search and then search for Word. And then you just have to open a blank document. So for this tutorial, what we are going to do is to set it up in a portrait image and as well in the A4 size. So a consistent layout will make your newsletter look professional and it will enhance readability and user experience. So let's create first the title of your newsletter. So there are actually two ways you can either create a heading by just using the header and footer, or you can just simply write it here. So, like for this one, it says classroom newsletter. So, what you can do is to just type in classroom and then below is a newsletter, and then all you have to do is to actually format it. So let's just copy the format that was used here. So it's script empty bold. It's actually up to you which one you want to use. So all you need to do is to go to the font group and then you just have to look for the font style that you want. So here's what I'm going to do then. You can also change the color depending on your liking. So you can set it up like so what I'm going to do actually is a newsletter for a grade an elementary grade. This is just an example, though, that you can use this template to your company or any organization that you are a member or part of their journalism group. So for this one, I have used earlier this font style because it is readable, but at the same time, a little bit stylish. So for this one, you can actually change as well the color of the font. You can either use a blue or green or whatever you like. And then I go to paragraph group and I put it in the center. Once you highlight this, you can also choose or use the control key just by pressing control and then plus E. So as for the icons, as you can see, there are actually design here that I put. And you can also do that just by going to insert tab and you can use icon. So from here, you can actually choose a different icon that you want. So Let's say, let's go to education, and I would like to add something like, for example, this one, and then I can insert that. So you can actually move it here if you like it to be on the side. And at the same time, this one, you can change the color. Like, let's use, for example, this color. And you can do that. And same here, you can also insert, click on insert and then icon. And then you just, I use education since I'm going to use this for a student. So let me try other icon for you to see that there are lots here that you can choose from. Let's say I would like to use book, and then go. And then you can go the graphics format here. You can click on that. And if you would like to change the outline or the graphics fill, you just have to click the graphics fill under the graphics tile, and you can choose the color that you like. So right here, what I did is I actually put the date. So you can just simply adjust the font size because it's quite big. So you can adjust it depending on the size that you want. Now we have the title of your newsletter. So let's adjust it. So you can do that, or you can actually do this. So you can play around with the style of your, that's too big for you, you can adjust the size of the images so that it will move around as well. And then on the next one that I have done is we are going to put the first part of the letter. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to add here the next part. Just make sure that you will be having a title because your club or organization's name, a logo, if you have contact information, you can add it here as well because this part will establish your brand identity. It will make it easier for readers to get in touch with you if you have the details here. Okay, so let's proceed on the next step. And the next step is adding this part, which is the welcome image. So how are we going to do that? We can now design some sections. So what we can do is we can use shapes, different shapes, because a well-designed newsletter will engage your audience and it will convey your message more effectively. So let us do it. So what I did on this part, let's go back here. So I just go to insert tab and I use shapes, and the first shape that I used was this one. And then I enter a shape here. Then once you have the shape here, you actually have an option to change the color. You can either click this arrow down and you can choose from here, or you can use the shape fill as well. So let us use this one, like for example. And then I just put here the welcome. So all you need to do is to type in welcome. And then this welcome, you can actually highlight it and you can move the text direction just by going to the shape format and then look for the text group and then text direction, and you can choose it. And I will be using this one. Right after that, you can go to home and then you go to font group once again and you choose your font as well as the size. You can also bold it if you like it. If, like, for example, it's not readable, you have an option to go to shape format and change the fill to make to use a color wherein the text will be more visible. So you can do more fill or more colors, and then you can choose from here, and then you can do that. So the color, I suggest that whatever is the theme or the company or the club organization's color palette that you're using, you will incorporate it here. And then, as you can see here, there is this welcome message. So, how I did this, all you need to do is to go to Insert tab once again, and the next shape that I used was the rectangle. And then I just created it here. After I created that, I click on this drop down and I just use this one because this one should have the message and it should be in white background. And then I am just going to write the welcome message. So you can actually have your own welcome message. It depends on your organization. Then you just have to enter it. I would like it to be justified, so highlight it, go to paragraph group, and then you just have to choose this one. You can actually move it. All right. But if you would like this to have color, you can always do that. You just have to go to shape format and then you just have to change the fill. And you can also do this. Okay, so let's try that to make it more colorful. Let's just choose a lighter color. Then, okay, so that would work. And then the next one will be some of the sections. So here I actually add what's new and then for the graphics, because if you have pictures on your newsletter, it is more noticeable. Your readers will be able to check what the picture is all about. So let's do this. So what I did is I click on Insert tab once again, and then I use a shapes, and then I use this one. And there you go. Then for this one, you can also change the color. Let us change. Okay. So it's up to you if you would like to have it filled, but for me, let's just use this one. And then here, if you are going to put a title here, instead of just typing it, what am I going to do is I'm going to use a text box, this one, because text box, we can move that around. So let's use this. And let's ensure that is inside the box. And then you can just simply delete it and write, like for example, what's new. And then you can design that as well. So you can either use this part and then you can adjust, just go to home. So you can change the font style and you can also change the size of the font. Then you can just move it. If you would like to have, some design on this one, you just have to go to shape format and you can utilize the word art styles, the one that I showed you earlier. Click on this arrow, or you can do this. There is actually some text outline if you'd like to have it colored to be more beautiful. Okay. And then for us to remove, of course, the border on the text box, you go to Shape Styles group under the Shape Format tab. You click on this arrow and you just have to click the transparent. And there you go. You'll notice that the border disappears. Okay, so the next one is if you would like to put pictures just like what we have on the example right here, all you need to do is to go here. So you have an option to either click on insert and then click picture, then you can get it from your own device if you have saved one, or you can actually use online pictures so that you could search some pictures through online. In this example, that's what I'm going to do because I do not have anything saved. So let's try if I could find here. And let us use a more engaging picture. So let us try this one and then click insert. And then you just have to, okay, let's just delete this. Okay. Do not forget to click this square tab and then you have to choose in front of text for your picture to come forward. Then you can also move it around. Then you just have to adjust the size. Make sure that it is consistent and it has same level with the box that you created earlier. If like for example you need to make an adjustment just because this one, you can do it. So all you need to do is to move this one and there you go. You already have the picture. So right here, as you can see from the example, there's actually a message here. So if you would like to put one, what you're going to do is same with this one. So instead of you just typing it in, you just have to go to Insert tab and then you use the text box under the text group. Click this one and then you move it here. Just move the handles to ensure that it will fit in on the box. And then create that. You can delete it. Let's just copy the example. Now let's go back here. There you go. Then you go back to home. I would like to have it justified. So just like what I mentioned earlier, if you would like to remove the border, all you need to do is to go to shape format and then click this arrow down and you click this one in order for the border not to appear. Okay. So this we have already set the title, the welcome message, what's new, and then we added some picture. So what we are going to do next is we're going to add some content to our newsletter. So we're going to put this part. So the other part will be this week in grade 4, what will be the upcoming events or what will be the events to look forward. So usually events to look forward, you can use this part to create some announcements. So it's either you can use this, you add the 3 boxes. So it depends on you what will be the shape. It does not need to be square. And then here at the body of your text box or your shape box, you can actually do a bullet points, number list, or short paragraphs to make content easy to read. Remember, the goal of your newsletter is to communicate effectively with your audience and then keep them informed and engaged. So let us create this one. Let us go back here. So what I did there was I go to insert tab and then I use shape and then I just use this one. Or you can use this one so that it has design on the edges. So let's create this one. And then I can just simply press Control C and then Control V so that I can create an exact same shape, same size at the same time. And then I'll do another Control V and there you go. So if you think this one is a little bit small, all you can do is to adjust the handle. You can always do that, and then you just have to click this. Just make sure that those handles appears in order for you to adjust the size. Okay, and there you go. So the color of these shapes, of course, you can always change it. So you have an option to change it or not. It depends on you. So for this one, like for example, all you need to do is to go to shape format. Once you are in the shape format, you can click this arrow down, just like what I said earlier, or you can use the shape fill, or you can also try shape outline. So shape outline is on the outside part of the shape. You can put some color. But what we are going to do in this part is just choose this, and I am going to choose this one. Same with this one. And on this one too. Now, we already have the three shapes here. So as you can see from the example, there are titles as well. So this week in grade 4, upcoming events, or we can put here announcement instead of events to look forward. So what you need to do first is to go to insert tab. Let us use text box once again. So let's move it here. Then you just have to move the handles. It should fit in on the shape. And then let's do this. So the first is, you can actually rename it. It doesn't need to be the same on what I am doing. It's up to you what would you want to put there. But you just have to make sure that what you're going to put on this part of your newsletter are those that you would like your members to see or to read. So here, I am going to highlight it. And then once I highlight it, I will go to home. And then I will just choose the font style that I like. I will also change the color. Let's say I'll use, let me just use, okay. Let me go ahead and set the color of the text box first. Let's go to shape format. So it isn't just the shape that you can add some color fill. You can also do it with your text box. So let's just use, like for example, this one. And then you can either put some outline there. That's also possible. So it's all up to you. Okay. And then let's just choose green. Then let's go back to home for the color of your text. Let's see how it looks like. If it's white, then it's nice. And then you can move it, this one as well. And then what if, like, for example, you would like to change the, okay, hold on. You can also do this. And then let's see. Okay, there you go. There. So let's make it a little bit, let's zoom it for you to see. So this is also possible. So all of the formatting and designs, anything that you think will catch the attention of your readers, you can totally do it. You just have to play around and you just have to combine colors. So for this, if you would like it to have the same color, that's possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have these handles appear so that I can copy it, and then I press Control and C from my keyboard, and then just Control C, and then I do Control V, and then I can just move it here. The reason why I do that is for me to ensure that I will be having same size of the text box. And then right here, let us put upcoming events, just like what is on the example. So if you do not want this to have same color, you can always do that. So let's just do this first to ensure that. So here, let us just put announcement. There you go. If you would like to change the color of the box, you can always do that. You just have to click on the box itself and then you go to shape format and then you can change it. Okay. If you would like it to look like that, and then you put some shape effects. You can also do that. If you want to have another color, you can do that. You can do this too. But let us just use this one. So for this one, you can do the same. You can either use the shape fill or you can use this part. Okay, so let's try this one. And then what I did earlier is I use a shape effects. And there you go. So you already have the title of your sections. So if like for example, you would like to put something here, all you need to do is to actually just use a text box once again. And then you can just simply move around the handles according to the size of your box. So, mhm. Let me just remove it first. Hold on. Let's try once again. Mhm. Then you can put it here. Just give it 1 second because it's not allowing me. If we actually, okay, all right. So sometimes, okay, let's go down here. Okay. Now what happened? Why do you think it did not fit earlier? Because the measurements of your word, do you see the ruler here? So I moved it down for the text box to be accommodated. So let's just erase it. Then from here, so like for example, you have there are numbers of information that you would like to put here. You can actually do numbering, or you can actually try the bullet. Here's the number. So it depends on you. And then, so just like what I said earlier, I would like to have it the same size. So I will just have the handle appears like this, and then I just press Control C and then Control V, and then I just copied it on the next box. So if you would like this to be removed, just like what I said earlier, you just have to click this. You go to shape format, you click on this drop down arrow, and then you do this for the borders to disappear. So let's do the same on the next one, and then on the next one here as well. All right. All right. So since we're already done with the template, let's save our newsletter. So let us save this as a template. All you need to do is to go to File and then Save As, and then you just have to browse. Okay, let's do this. So from Save As Type, you have to choose Word Template, and then you can put Classroom Template. Why are we saving this as a template? So in case in the future you need to create a new one and you would like to use this as a template, then you can do that. You just have to go to File, and then once you click on New, you just have to go to Personal, and you will be able to see here the classroom template that we just created and saved here. Let's go back. So if you found this tutorial helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tutorials like this. So that's it. You now have a professional looking newsletter template ready to use for your club or organization, in school or in your company. So by creating a newsletter template, as I've said, you'll be able to communicate effectively with your audience. So let's take a look. So this is how it looks like. And you have a great day.